Okay, so I'll be starting again from where I left. Actually, due to some technical reasons, I had to stop the last recording. Anyways, where were we? Yeah. So the word cloud is basically consisting of two technical definitions. First is abstraction, and second is virtualization. Okay. So when you talk about abstraction, the user does not need to know about the uh, where his data is stored in which server, right? Like he is unaware of the physical location of the servers, right? And there is no need to be concerned about the management party who are actually managing the servers, right? And his data. And this is what the basic idea behind abstraction is, right? The user is just using the service, right? Nothing else concerns him, okay? He doesn't need to worry about the maintenance cost, he doesn't need to worry about the coding part, nothing. Just going to use the service, pay for what he used, and he'll come back, okay? Next. Next term is virtualization. Now, virtualization basically refers uh, now I'll be talking about more details and about virtualization late in the later slides or in the later lectures, but I'll be giving you a brief about virtualization. Basically, uh, virtualization is creating a virtual, um, like for example, uh, we have certain terms in virtualization. Like one term is hypervisor, okay, and hypervisor is the software which actually helps to make the virtualization uh, process. Okay, there are basically two types of hypervisors: type 1, type 2. Type 1 directly goes over the um, physical hardware, and it is also known as bare metal. And the type 2, in type 2 hypervisor, basically we have a operating system layer between the hypervisor and the physical storage. Okay, in type 1, like for example in type 1 we have examples as VMware, okay, or KVM. Fine, these are the hypervisors. And in type 2, example can be um, VirtualBox. Okay, these are the basic examples of type 1 and type 2 hypervisor. Okay, so there is also myth that many people think that cloud computing is internet or vice versa, but you know they are different actually. The people are confused because in many networking diagrams the cloud actually represents the internet, right? But then actually in the definition of cloud computing, internet is just a medium for providing the services to the user, right? The So that is the thing. So never confuse cloud computing with internet. Both are totally different, right? Okay. So NIST basically divided the cloud. There are various types of cloud, right? On two sets of models. Okay. Um, First model is the deployment model. Second model is the service model. Deployment model actually is based on the location uh, uh, where your cloud infrastructure will be placed, and the service model will actually consist of types of services that you are providing to the user. Now they are further divided. A deployment model is further divided into public, private, hybrid, and community clouds, and service model are platform as a service, software as a service, and infrastructure as a service. So, uh, in deployment model, basically, according to NIST, they think there are four types. They have like standardized it that there are four types of cloud: public cloud, private, hybrid, community. Um, in public, basically, uh, everything will be available to the end user, right? And so In private is going to be what should I say? It's exclusive to a single company. Okay, in private cloud, and in public cloud, definitely there is no security. You need to be aware of that. In private cloud, we don't have much security concerns. In hybrid cloud, no. I'll let you come to community cloud first. Community cloud is basically when there are certain organizations which have a common interest, or I should say similar vision mission goal, right? So they all will prefer community cloud. For example, the companies which have a single financial institution, right, or single financial banks, so they'll be using community cloud. And hybrid cloud is basically, it can be a combination of any of these clouds. Two or more combinations, right? Hybrid cloud can be a combination of public, private, community, right? In this manner, the hybrid cloud will be providing you the benefits of all the three, right? You'll be providing the openness of public cloud, you'll be providing the exclusiveness of private cloud, and along also the community cloud. I also have a diagram like for example, like in this diagram, if there is a hybrid cloud, right, and it's a combination of public and private, like for example, your organization is using a hybrid cloud. So for external matters which are out of your premises, which are off premises, you can use public cloud, right? Because the data is non-critical. But when the data that you have, like which is on premises, like which is exclusive to your organization and it's very critical data, at that time you will be using private cloud, right? So this is basically a combination. You are using both for different sets of reasons, and so this becomes a hybrid cloud. Okay. Now, coming on to the next category, which was the service models. So, as I said earlier, that cloud computing basically refers to XaaS, which is something as a service, right? And something can be replaced by software, hardware, platform. Um, it can be networking, it can be monitoring. But according to NIST, we have three basic services, right? The lowest one is infrastructure as a service, which comes at the bottom of the stack. Like, think of it as a pyramid. Then we have platform as a service, and the last one is the software as a service. All these services, when they are combined together, they refer to the SPI model of cloud. Okay, software platform infrastructure model of cloud computing. So infrastructure as a service. Now there are basically two terms. Okay. Um, this is also known as IaaS, right? Similarly, platform as a service is PaaS, PaaS, and software as a service is SaaS, SaaS. Okay, coming back, infrastructure as a service. Now these are basically two terms. Infrastructure is different and as a service is different, right? Now, what comes under infrastructure? Infrastructure basically consists of the hardware assets. Um, in by the language of computers, hardware assets consist of compute, storage, and network. We have basically three. Okay, in compute, you'll be providing the processors, right? For example, the like I like to point it out that nowadays there are certain applications which require a lot of graphics, right? So at that time you'll be needing GPUs, and a lot of ML and AI applications require high performance or speed. At that time we'll be needing HPCs. Okay, so these come under compute. Next is storage. Now, I don't know if you people are aware about it, but we have different types of storage. Fine. We have object storage, we have block storage, we have file storage. Object storage is basically consisting of pictures or simple uh, singular files basically. Fine. Object storage is, you can read about it. iSCSI comes under object storage, and in file we have network file system, NFS, or Samba. They come under file storage. So we have different types of storage, right? and the last one is network. And network, it can be like, it depends upon the amount of data that you are transferring, right? At like it's measured it's measured hourly, or also depends upon the um, bandwidth of um, like it basically all the routers and hubs, they come under network. Okay, fine. We'll be covering these things in detail in a practical manner. Okay, so don't get confused by this. Coming forward, we have platform as a service. Now, uh, platform as a service can be compared, or analogy can be made to leasing a car. Okay, when you lease a car, uh, you are concerned. Um, no, sorry. Infrastructure as a service is compared to leasing a car. Fine. When you lease a car, you are concerned with the specs of the car, the color of the car, the build of the car, the model of the car, right? Keep making the analogy. Okay. But platform as a service can be compared to renting a car. Okay. When you rent a car, you're not that much concerned with the specs of the car, the model, the color, the type. You don't need it. You want to rent the car for a shorter period of time. But when you were leasing a car, you were actually leasing that thing for a longer period of time. Okay, then contract has to be signed and everything. That was a longer process. Platform as a service is okay. So this is what a platform as a service do. Basically, you are concerned with the operating system, right? So what type of services you need from the provider, fine. And software as a service can be compared to booking a taxi or Uber, right? You just sit in that taxi or Uber and you cover that distance, right? You are not concerned about anything now. You're not even concerned about the uh, like, you don't need to buy that car, right? You don't need to even rent or lease. You're just sitting in that car. You don't even need to drive. In infrastructure and platform as a service, you were actually driving the car. You were at the driver's seat, so you were concerned about certain things, right? You were concerned about the fuel. You were concerned about the maintenance cost. But in software as a service, you're not at all concerned with any of these. You're just going to pay. The payment will cover everything, right? Maintenance, and so that is the same. So I gave you a real life analogy between leasing, renting, or taking a car, or taking a taxi or Uber, right? As compared to these services. Okay, so I'll be ending the presentation here only. Um, this is an introductory video to what actually is cloud computing, and what are the various definitions and in it, and types of deployment models, service models. Okay, we'll be covering the characteristics, the cloud reference model in the next lecture. One more thing is your syllabus is actually uh, not in a flow, right? So I'll be teaching you uh, in a different manner. Like for example, I covered topics from Unit 1 and Unit 2 and Unit 5 in this video, right? So don't worry about the contents that I'm picking up. I'm actually making the foundation only for you, so you don't have to worry about that. Anyways, thank you for watching, and stay healthy, stay safe. Okay, thank you. I'll be ending the presentation here.